Andrew also has, cards like Spell Pierce and Daze and Force to force it through.
Right. I mean, Tarmogoyf, both are X1, so they're both guaranteed in day 2. They're both looking to really be at the top of the standings for day 2. But yeah, this is all these, not having any basic lands with price really could become a problem. Todd can't get too many lands to play. Tarmogoyf obviously is going to be huge in this matchup, but
I mean, all that progression, it's going to have a price.
Very true. Todd leads off the misty rainforest into a tropical island. Getting the play on this one certainly has to feel good for him. Both because Delver's so good in the play, and this is definitely a matchup where being on the play is super important. And he does Delver. Japanese Delver. Andrew drew a Price of Progress. So he's got a Ponder, a Force of Will. Sacks the Arid Mesa with Volcanic. Man, the Grim Lavamancer's here seems like there might be really big. He plays the Grim Lavamancer here.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And Todd has a lot of cards that can kill it, but...
Not in his hand.
Oh, he doesn't?
It's a Goblin Guide. Todd also not running a whole lot of lands to take advantage of that Goblin Guide.
I mean, let's see, he got an 18? Is that like the norm for...
That's about right.
He's 18.
But, you get gets his Insect. Interestingly, I don't think Andrew has any burn to actually deal with the Insect. And, so he's going to get wastelanded and stifled on it if he does not have anything but a fetch. And I don't think he does.
And he knows it, too.
Yep. Todd comes in for 3. It's going to take Andrew to 16.
I like that. Todd needs to get aggressive in this matchup, and normally
yeah.
in the red matchup, you just want to trade as much as possible. Things like that, but...
Yeah, especially having the Stifle for his fetch land. Getting aggressive is just amazing here. Flips another Delver.
Let's see. Is Andrew going to try to pop a fetch land? He's almost surely going to wait.
Yes, he does. Good play on his part. He's got a Ponder he could have played, but, he's playing very cautiously. Todd plays a Delver. Andrew sacks and does Todd does stifle it. So luckily Andrew does still have 1. Oh, he can Force Will too. He's marking the live totals. I don't know if he will or not. It's hard to see what's.
It's really hard to. I guess you kind of have to.
I guess you might have to. I mean, he needs to price. If it's a card that's going to win this game, it's going to be Price Progress, or maybe just draw in the game. But the Goblin Guide's not going to give Todd too much card advantage. And Andrew's out at 11 already. Wow.
And now Price Progress kind of just kills him, right?
Well, I mean, maybe it draws him. I guess they can always hope for that. I don't think he has any play this turn, unfortunately for him. He obviously needs to deal with that, the large insect aberration. Another Force Will. I have to believe that the Force Wills will not be in after board.
Probably not.
Does not seem particularly good. Ponder shows a 3rd Force every Force. Yeah, not that, this is a matchup where you want to be aggressive. You do not want to keep drawing your forces.
Yeah, Force of Will's, an exciting card in so many ways, but one of my least favorite cards.
Yeah.
I'm always cutting Force of Wills from all my decks.
It's the card you always want to have, like the matchup where you want it, like, Ad Nauseam Tendrils and stuff. You want it so much, but then half the time you're playing it, it just doesn't work out as well as you'd like it to. So I'm sure he's going to sack that. Probably going to end up pondering again, just looking for some burn. He needs to kill those insects. He's got about a turn before he has any shot in this match, and his ponder's got to be real good.
He does have the Price of Progress in hint.
He does.
All right.
But,
So,
you know, he needs a lot more damage for Price Progress is lethal. It looks like Lightning Bolt, Spell Pierce, Price. 2 prices are not what you need. But he is going to take that Lightning Bolt. Comes in for 2. Todd flips, gets a land, which is even worse, of course, because that increases the odds that...
It greatly increases the odds
that Delver
Delver,
flips.
yeah.
So, if Todd flips here, but he does not, that would have really pushed him out of any range to Price. He might be able to, might hope that he can go Price, and sum up, hold out that way. I mean, he's got to be in the position now where he's just looking at, how do I steal this game or draw it? You know, it's hard to believe that 1 Lightning Bolt will be enough. And
does Todd have a Spell Snare in hand?
he does have a Spell Snare in hand,
so it's
it doesn't matter. I mean, Andrew can play the best he can play, but I don't think anything's going to pull it out for him, unfortunately, for him. Yep, you know, he takes 4 here, goes to 6. Out comes a Mongoose. Now he's facing down lethal against a deck that has Lightning Bolts. He draws a Spell Pierce. He can Lightning Bolt the Flip Delver. Oh, he comes in. Todd reels Brainstorm. I can't imagine just even thinking about blocking.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
Yeah. Lightning Bolt takes up the large insect. And Andrew knows he's going to 2 this turn on the attack. But there's not a lot he can do about it.
Todd needs 3 cards in graveyard to kill his opponent. So he can sacrifice that fetch land, sacrifice another fetch land, and then cast any spell, and it's good.
Yeah, that would do it.
And he has the Brainstorm.
That would do it.
So yeah, he's got it.
Yeah. Now he can Spell Pierce this. Which forces Todd to sack it. Theoretically, if he has... If somehow Andrew gets to his turn and Todd is tapped out, theoretically, Price kills them both. But that would require Todd not playing anything else.
Yeah, there are a lot of ifs for that.
Yeah. I mean, Andrew's playing the best he can to his outs, but nope.
And that's 7th card.
That's it.
That'll do it.
Yep.
Andrew's going to pack it in.
Scoops it up. Todd Anderson up 1-0 in this Rug versus Rue.
The red-blue burn deck is a deck that a lot of people have talked about. This deck kind of goes more all in on the blue than the red-blue burn decks I've seen.
Yeah, the ones I've seen are really just Brainstorm and Snapcaster. You know, throwing in. I'm not sure about how good throwing in the Forces and Spell Pierces and Days and Ponders and all that is.
Forces seem like a good card in a burn deck.
Yeah.
You spend 2 cards to force something. You're spending 2 cards. Burn decks have like notoriously just been like the worst mulliganing decks. Like, not the worst, but they're
very bad at it.
They're bad
because the idea of a burn deck is that every card you cast deals 3 damage, and so you need to cast 7 spells.
7 spells and your opponent dies.
You start your hand. You start off with 7 cards in hand, so you're pretty close to begin with, and anything your opponent does to help you out, even better. And Legacy, you get Fire Blast, which helps out immensely in that whole equation. But Andrew's just playing all these blue spells that
it's 20% for no mana.
Yeah. Now looking at just Todd Anderson's resume, he really first broke into the scene in 2009 with top 4 U.S. Nationals, where he played on the U.S. national team. Then he top 8'd the Nashville Standard Open, top 4 Grand Prix Houston 2010, a finalist in the Nashville Legacy Open in 2011 with Bug. Top 4 Indianapolis Standard Open 2011, top 8 the Louisville Legacy Open 2011, top 8 Atlanta Legacy Open 2011, top 8 Charlotte 2011. Winner of the San Diego Standard Open in Washington D.C. Top 8 Grand Prix or top 8 Richmond Standard Open. Top 4 Charlotte Standard Open, and finally, very recently, he managed to be the finalist in the Grand Prix Nashville 2012 with sealed. It was a sealed deck.
Yeah, I mean, he has gone from being somebody who played a ton of Magic Online, and people were like,
Yeah.
well, he's okay at playing, but you know, he just plays a ton and he's just okay. And now he's really good.
Do you remember?
He's like really, really
He
good
is.
now.
Do you remember who he knocked out of the national team that year? Brad Nelson.
Brad Nelson. Oh my gosh, you're right.
He beat him in the elimination match to find out who's on the national team and who's going to be the alternate.
Brad was playing that mannequin deck.
Yeah, yeah.
I came in 9th at Nationals that year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sore subject.
Yeah. ninth at a big event is just the worst.
The worst. It's not fun.
No,
I've had
it's
a few
not.
9ths, but I can't really complain because I got very lucky to win a Pro Tour. So
You got a lot of good cards in that Pro Tour. You got a lot of slivers.
I did.
Those are good slivers. No one else is on that plan.
Yeah, nobody else. So the thing is, nobody else took spells. Oh, so here we're back in the game. Andrew Schneider is a turn 1 Delver. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Both players have that. Oh, Todd just straight up bolts it.
I like that.
So do I. Neither player has a sideboard that's particularly well suited. I mean, Andrew has some Pyroblasts, some Submerges, but you know, this is kind of a hard matchup to, you know, for him to do much against unless he had a bunch of extra burn in the sideboard.
Andrew Schneider has an altered checklist card. I like that.
Oh, that is nice. It's classy.
The entire checklist card is blacked out except for where it says Delver of Secrets. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, you can draw pictures on it too.
That's awesome.
Draw a scientist, like, you know, just hanging out in the rest of the black space. So he plays a Volcanic and passes. Todd. I wonder if he's pondering Ponder.
He is?
He is. He pondered Ponder and cast Ponder. And a Pyroblast. See, and the nice thing about that is that, you know, Andrew, if he thought he was, you know, only had 1 land, is much more likely to do that. And so I kind of like the play of, you know, pretending you don't have any lands, when really, Todd doesn't care so much about the Ponder. His hand is full of draw 3s. You know, he's got a Brainstorm. I guess it's 2 spell snares.
Todd will probably fetch him a green source and then play a 4/5.
4/5s? Yeah, 4/5s are really good against Andrew's deck.
Yes, they are.
They are quite good, and he doesn't have a whole lot of good ways to stop them.
No, he doesn't even have spell snares.
No, he doesn't. He's got he's, you know, behind the days.
He does have some merge, but
he does have some merge, which I imagine he brought in because of just how bad Tarmogoyf is. But he doesn't have one in his hand. He just has a Lightning Bolt, a Chain Lightning, a Brainstorm, and something else. Flips another Spell Pierce. Yeah, he needs something pretty soon. A Bolt, a Price, and some foil card of some kind. Maybe a Surgical?
what is that?
Because it looks like it has a watermark. Now here's where the price is really is going to shine, I think.
Yeah, I think it's Surgical Extraction.
Because, you know, looking at it right now, he already has, because Todd can't search to go get a basic, you know, that's 6 damage right there. 5 if he just wants to let his land die. He's willing to tempt Todd with a block. Todd reveals a Mongoose. He says, all right, bring it. Andrew Magical Chain Lightning this. All right.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just 2 cards for Todd.
Yeah.
That Andrew had to play. It's not
Right.
like, not. It's even better than healing somebody.
Yeah, you can't exactly hold back. And a mongoose, who is not quite ready to be threshold, but he's very close.
He will be by the time he's in the red zone.
Yeah,
So.
5 cards, and Todd can play another land here. Though I think he's holding back on playing off too many of those in fear of that price of progress.
He knows.
Yeah, you have to know. Oh, it's a Goblin Guide. Todd can fetch and brainstorm.
Which is exactly what he's going to do.
Yep.
And then he just eats a Goblin Guide.
Yeah, free Goblin Guide. Plus, the brainstorm, of course, lets you put a land on top. There's basically no downside for Todd.
And if Andrew plays a red source and goes for price post-combat, Todd now has blue mana open
Yeah.
with that fetch land and can simply spell snare.
Yep.
So, incoming blowout.
And it's a volcanic.
It's not really. It doesn't look so much like a blowout, but when you think about like the economy of the of the interaction, it really is just a blowout.
Yeah, and like the stuff in Andrew's hand, like the spell pierces, are just not phenomenal right now. Those are really good when he has a lot of pressure, and he just doesn't have any pressure. This feels like a deck that might be off by a few cards. Oh, and he flips Tarmogoyf.
He did it in the wrong order.
Yeah.
Sacrificed the fetch land beforehand.
Yep. Wasteland.
Worse things have happened.
Yeah. Wasteland takes out Andrew's only red source.
It's a free land, and when you really think about it, he didn't even play his land last turn.
Yeah, that's true.
It is one less land in his deck.
Yep.
It's obviously incorrect, but it doesn't make that big of a difference.
No. And, here comes Tarmogoyf and a mongoose. Andrew has about one more turn.
He'll go to 10 here.
Brainstorm. Not going to be enough. Todd has his own brainstorm response. Todd, who has just not turned any burn whatsoever in this match.
Yeah, he's just
on the
drawing lots
plan.
of spells.
Yep. They're just
And
submerged.
the thing is, if you draw creatures and just, like counter magic, and you're playing against Rug Delver, and you're this red-blue Delver deck, they have Tarmogoyfs and Nimble Mongoose.
They do.
2/2s.
They do.
Like Snapcaster Mages and Goblin Guides do not match up well against 3/3s and 4/5s.
No, they do not. Not very well at all. Especially because it's not like these creatures come out very quickly. Yep. And Andrew packs it in.
And Todd advances to 7-1.
Yeah.
Well done, Todd.
In very good position for day 2.
Yep.
Now this is, it seems almost to me like Todd drew the half of his deck he really wanted to in this match.